Hello, I'm Toycat, and a couple of years ago now, I showed off a tool-assisted speedrun here on the channel of Minecraft being beaten from start to finish in 95 seconds flat. This was astounding to say the least, but the truth is, when you look at it, even if you can appreciate the beauty, when you see all of the glitches, it does feel significantly less legit, and that is a key sticking point for a lot of people, and that is why I wanted to show you the work of a newer tool-assisted speedrun. This one was done by Circuit, one of the newer players on the block, and they have done some absolutely incredible things, and that includes this video right here, because you are now watching the world's fastest tool-assisted speedrun of the Minecraft any percent glitchless category. So that means uses no glitches, that means using a precise seed, as you saw set up earlier, and the gist of tool-assisted speedrun, in case you're curious about what you're watching, because this is insane, it uses so much, admittedly some cases good luck, but so much precise skill, precision, knowledge of the seed. This is something that uses tools, and those tools include, for the most part, playing the game at a slower speed so they can have fast reactions, and it also includes the ability to reset at certain points, which is why in a few junctions you're going to see there's some pretty good RNG, but some of that RNG comes directly from the seed, like the fact that 11 of these IF enders are already in the portal. This extreme precision means that with less than 45 seconds on the clock, they're in the Nether portal with ender pearls, with iron tools, and with everything else all ready to go, and now the only requirement to get to the end itself is of course to get a blaze rod, and the fastest way is to do precisely this. You can see the insane risks being taken right here, because every 10th of a second counts. It actually is worthwhile to place blocks above your head to get that tiny jump boost against. Again, it's only like a 3% speed difference, but it's worth making. It's worth eating rotten flesh just so you can have some amount of regen going into the world. It's worth taking the full damage and all these sorts of things. It is crazy to watch in real time, but you can see how every single thing is precisely considered here. Even the the way this dragon died, because it looks like heresy. How did the dragon just die? I thought this was a glitchless run, Toycat, and that's why I want to explain this last end fight just a little bit more, because it makes no sense that, like, wait, so they spawn into the end and then 20 seconds later they're in the the end portal. Like, how did that happen? I didn't see them jump in. It seems like a glitch, but it's actually intentional 1.8.9 behavior. And allow me to just show you real quick the entire end sequence again, because everything that happens here is incredible. There is literally a 16-second time between when they spawn into the end and when they are in the end portal having left it. And the way this works is they actually do something really, really clever right here. I need to show you again, because even watching it a second time, you probably missed what you're about to see right here, but you can actually see how the first action taken was the throw of an ender pearl. Then they immediately get their bow ready to fire at the closest tower to the dragon, dealing about 40% of the health as damage, then immediately firing an arrow up at the next tower, which doesn't, it seems like a miss at first because it does nothing right. It seems like they're just taking down a tower, but the real genius is just after they attack this one right here, it means that when the dragon gets close to that next tower, it's ready to hit, and it means that within just 5 seconds the dragon is killed. Then, because in 1.8.9 the end portal doesn't spawn in the middle, it spawns where the dragon dies, and that happens at about Y63, they position themselves perfectly, so as soon as the portal spawns, they are within it. The game is beaten with 1:29.8 on the clock. This run shows the incredible potential of Minecraft, and honestly, the skill to put this out there, again, it took some years to do. Minecraft 1.8.9 has been out there for more than 6 years, and yet it only just got done because of the amount of time this took. 20 hours, according to the credits that you saw roll by right there, a lot of save states, cuts, etc. like that. But let me show the run back to you in a slower speed so I can show you exactly what happens. I've spoken with the runner behind this, and not only did they give me permission to show all of you, but they also gave me a few of the insights as to what's going on right here, so allow me to share that. And also, as you watch, you can of course look in the bottom left and you can see what buttons or keyboard presses are happening at any given point in time, because there are a few confusing moments. I mean, sure, the first 8 or 9 seconds, as you can see right now, they're pretty basic. It's just breaking dirt. There's no way to do that any faster, because a tool-assisted speedrun is just using it uses tools, but it's trying to show what's possible within regular Minecraft. Everything you see right here is theoretically possible. However, to get things like this to happen, where, as you can see, the zombie dropped the iron sword that it actually had, that actually requires, a good bit of luck on the spawning, but also a good bit of luck on the killing. There were many, many times re-recording that same section until the zombie drops the iron sword, and that is what makes these runs impressive. It's not just that this could be done every time. Of course it couldn't. It's the fact that they can show it theoretically can be done. That is the whole point of tool-assisted speedruns. If you follow speedrunning communities, of course you know that. But many people, if you're just watching this as your first ever tool-assisted speedrun, it can be wacky to watch, but again, seeing the precision movement, seeing the skill that takes place here, even though it's taking place at a much lower frame rate, the amount of decisions that had to be made, such as blocking that creeper explosion with the with the block that you saw right there, such as the fact that, like, there are micro, place a block up before going straight back down. You can see so many of these small decisions just literally being aimed to get the most damage done in the fastest time possible, and it's incredible to watch, with even the slightest seconds being considered right here, using the cobblestone blitz, while if they run and they have a block above their head, they go slightly faster, and that is worth it when you're talking about as few seconds as this. By the way, you're watching this at 1/3 speed right now, and this is how fast they're putting together their Nether portal. It's actually one of the bigger bottlenecks in a run, because obviously using the water lava technique requires you to drain out all of the water. There's no particularly easy, fast way to do so, so you just kind of sit there and eat some rotten flesh, because all of those zombies killed earlier obviously made that happen. In case you're curious of what just happened there, using lava to light the wood on fire, which in turn lights the portal on fire. Again, another tool-assisted example that is done in the fastest way possible. It's repeatedly loaded up over and over and over again until the lava spreads on the first tick to the wood, and it spreads on the second tick from the wood to the Nether portal, and just like that, the Nether's happening. And yeah, you can see even now preparing for when they come out of the Nether, I mean, it's going to be in just 30 seconds time, so admittedly it's not such future planning that you might expect, but yeah, you can see how the moment they're in there, they throw an ender pearl and they land in the the corner between two blocks, which means they can effectively sit between two blocks, and then they can mine a way out from it. They can dig into the floor, and they can exist for a little bit like that, basically allowing them to like jump into the ceiling without placing an entire tower first, which is a really, really nice move. Something that I really like right here is, again, the same technique, just as fast as humanly possible, which isn't so fast when you watch it slow motion. So much of this run, even at like 1/3 speed, is just insanely timed, but so many of Minecraft's interactions do have limits on how fast you can do them. One such thing is how fast you can hit a mob, one such thing is how fast you can pick up items from the ground, and that's why there's some really sluggish moves right here, because they need to pick those up from the edge of their range, but it still has to be done. Then again, here are the things that, like, the details that I really find nice, that like they literally, it's worth saving the second to them to place their iron ore from earlier into the ceiling, because the iron ore is worthless to them. It would take 8 seconds to smelt anyway. Instead, it is used as a block just to give them that tiny 0.1 second advantage or whatever. It's actually less than 0.1 seconds. It's incredible to see that every single thing is considered right here, and I really do love it. Also, getting some food in during the portal. I love that this run uses rotten flesh as the only source of food, because again, every other source of food would take time that they can't afford to waste, as they spend 4 seconds sitting in a portal. It's actually kind of amusing to me how much of the time this run is spent just like sat in places like that. But yeah, here we are on the end, the kind of end of the run. You can see again now the exact same principle from earlier, but it's insane that after all of that, yet they're here pulling off the perfect arrow hit, pulling off the perfect trajectory on that one, managing to hit the dragon, and then ensuring that just as the dragon hits the next tower, boom, she's within the range of that explosion, killing the dragon, and then being immediately aware of where the portal is going to spawn, and using all the time they can, because basically, as far as the run's concerned, when you're operating at such low speeds, the amount of time it takes for the dragon animation to hit is actually most of the waste of time. They spend 3 seconds just kind of showing off almost, so they kind of climb down, they find their way to the right layer below the dragon at layer 63, and this means when the portal spawns, it immediately is going to spawn on top of them, and just like that, game over. Minecraft has been beaten in 1 minute 29.8 seconds, crucially under the 90-second benchmark, and crucially even faster than the run from a couple of years ago using glitches. It is astounding to see this category and how fast it's moved forwards, and the amount of skill and collaboration required to get it to that point. Again, just the recording aspect of this run is 20 hours of work put together. Bear in mind the actual pathfinding everything else is another, like dozens of hours from many people working together trying to find the most optimal way to beat Minecraft. And the point of this run is not to say, hey, this is a thing someone has done. Again, this is a video showing what can be done. The point of Tool Assisteds is to show the very peak that a game can be pushed to. This is effectively a proof of concept in some ways, but it does show that the ceiling for times, if you want to get really good at speedrunning Minecraft Java Edition, prior to 1.9 that is, if you want to get really good at speeding 1.8, then the fastest time it can humanly be done in, that we know of so far, is still less than 2 minutes, and that is crazy to see, crazy to watch. The amount of time it would take to pull this off in real life is obviously quite insane, and it's something I just need to mention one more time at the end here. This is a tool-assisted speedrun, but the amount of time, dedication, and work that goes into it, and the concept that it proves to the game is still really astounding. So, yeah, that is that for now. This is an absolutely beautiful run that I wanted to show in this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, but you know what? The immediate question that comes to my mind, maybe it's been in your mind the whole video, is like, wait, if Minecraft was beaten in 90 seconds without glitches, and it was 95 with glitches a while ago, what happens if you take this running technique, what happens if you take this amazing skill, and you decide to run it but using glitches instead? Well, I'm really glad you asked, because I have the most astounding thing I want to show you all. Right now, let me just show you the entire run of Minecraft's fastest glitched tool-assisted speedrun. It won't take us very long. Yeah, it really is that fast. It's a thing to look at, right? But thank you for watching. Just remember, next time you're playing Minecraft and you're chopping down your second tree and you're considering what sort of house you want to make, just remember that theoretically you could have beaten the game by then and feel a little bad about yourself. That is the point of this video, to make you feel bad about your Minecraft skill. No, it is a really cool feat from the tool-assisted Minecraft speedrunning community. So many cool things come out of that, and they help with the rest of the game. So thank you to Circuit. Check out their channel, link down below. Thank you for watching, because I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.